You are listening to socialtv.co.za with myself, Nokuthula Khwela. In our top stories, Soweto youth turned dump sites into thriving food garden, and Motsepe advertising gives back to destitute women and children. Beginning with our top story, Makosini Ndlovu, 26, and Tobelani Sodinga, 25, from Pimville Zone 9 in Soweto, Johannesburg, have transformed an illegal dump site into a thriving food garden for their community. The pair, through an initiative called the Perseverance Development Program, cleared the space next to the Kliptown train station that had become infested with rodents and was an eyesore for the community. They grow spinach, carrots, beetroot, cabbage, and baby marrow. They sell their produce locally. They also donate parcels to elderly residents in Pimville and neighboring Kliptown. Their garden is a stone throw away from Walter Sisulu Square in Kliptown, where the Freedom Charter was adopted in 1955. Moving on to our next story, over 10 million South African adults and almost 3 million children experience hunger each week in South Africa. Some 2.5 million adults and 600,000 children experience hunger almost every day. These are the hard realities of challenging economic times, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic that has made it a daily struggle for many South Africans to put food on their table and buy the most essential goods. Shoprite has stepped up to help South Africans in need with their 5 Rand campaign to show the power of a 5 Rand coin to bring dignity and comfort. The first products, launched in 2016, was subsidized bread, and this has been expanded to include daily meals and sanitary pads, all of which can be bought for 5 Rand. This has never been more necessary than now, with South Africa's unemployment rate having risen to 34.3% as the economy has contracted during the almost 2 years of the pandemic. Moving on to our next story. On Wednesday, the 2nd of March, empowered B2B advertising agency Motsepe Advertising took their first charity initiative to the heart of Johannesburg since its inception in September 2021. In a bid to celebrate 6 months of inclining success, the business-to-business leaders delivered food, toiletries, and necessities to Frida Hartley Shelter, home of Yeoville's destitute women and children. We are not only passionate about the fantastic work we do, but we do believe that Motsepe Advertising will become a catalyst in creating employment opportunities for women and youth, said Boitumelo Motsepe, co-founder and client service director at Motsepe Advertising. In our final story, Woolworths Holding Limited, WHL, has become the first major South African retailer to be a signatory to the United Nations Women Empowerment Principles. WHL announced the news on International Women's Day, observed yesterday, the 8th of March. Developed in partnership with the United Nations Women and the United Nations Global Compact Office, the Women Empowerment Principles are a set of 7 guidelines that offer direction to companies on how to promote gender equality and the empowerment of women in the workplace and in communities as well. To recap our top stories, Soweto youth turned dump sites into thriving food garden. For more CSI-related news, you can visit our website at www.socialtv.co.za.